What's up, everybody? It's KB. The Get in the Hole podcast is presented by our awesome partners over at Wasted Wedge, and a new age of golf has arrived. And if you are looking to be the talk and envy of your group and create memories with your friends and family, look no further than the lineup of Wasted Wedge products and merchandise. These Wasted Wedges are a blast to drink shots out of on and off the course. I want you to think your traditional shot ski that people were lugging around at your college parties and all over the place, and how difficult they were to store, how difficult they were to transport. Wasted Wedge is revolutionizing it. It's now a golf club. It's a wedge. It's compactable, can go right into the side pocket of a golf bag. You have extenders, and it's all plastic cups, so there's no hot glue. There's no glass that you actually have to use. They're the best in the game, and they're revolutionizing the way you're taking shots on and off the course. They're a blast, and you need to check them out. Go to wastedwedge.com. Check out all of the products that they have to offer, from the actual Wasted Wedges themselves to apparel that they have to the extenders and everything in between, to be the talk of your party, be the talk of your golf outing. And you can find them on Instagram and Facebook at Wasted Wedge. Be sure to follow them. Make sure you're letting them know that you're coming from the Get in the Hole podcast and Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's wastedwedge.com, and find them on Instagram and Facebook at Wasted Wedge. Remember the name, wastedwedge.com.
Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, your number one stop for all things in the world of golf. Watch and subscribe anywhere you get your favorite shows on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and more. Just search Get in the Hole. Get in the Hole is the official golf pod of the Underground Sports Philadelphia family of podcasts. Now let's get right into the action. Here's your hosts, Steve McAvoy and Ben Pirro.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Welcome in, folks, to the Get in the Hole podcast, the official golf podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast network. It's KB filling in for Steve, as it is his hashtag Barbenheimer Day. I can't wait for all the updates about this unbelievable planning day that our good pal Steve had for the double feature of the century. Joining me, though, is the trusted co-host of this podcast, the handsome devil himself, Mr. Ben Pirro.
Thank you. So happy to be here. And I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago. When you were on here, it was 4th of July week, and Steven was drunk on an island somewhere, as you said. And I was like, yeah, he's probably about like 3 beers deep and just completely wasted. And Kate's going to have to drive him home because he's a lightweight. And I stand by those quotes, even though he goes deny, like Ronnie from the Jersey Shore. But this is just classic Steven. He would literally have to schedule a 3-hour movie for Oppenheimer at 9 p.m. at night. He's not going to get done till 12. He's not going to get home until 1, and then he's just going to be just a sourpuss when he goes to work tomorrow. And I'm just going to roast him in our group chat just to piss him off even more, because I
know him and the lady are going to be up discussing the movies too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what any normal humans do.
He is going to be so into it. It's hilarious. He's gonna be so into it. He's not going to bed for a while. So hey,
just like we wagered on how many alcoholic beverages he was deep on the 4th of July, let's guesstimate Steve's falling asleep time, because we know he listens, so he's going to hear our guesses.
No, he does listen.
Which is great, which everybody else should be listening to.
You guys should be listening. You're really missing out if you're not. 2:30.
That's where I was around too.
I was going to say I don't want to say plus or minus half an hour, because that's just too big. Plus or minus 15 from 2:30 a.m.
I'm going to say... I'm going to go random. I'm going to go 2:36 in the morning.
Oh, I didn't know we were okay. I'll just stick with my 2:30. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm in that 2:30 range, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then he's going to end up just... I feel like when he doesn't get... I feel like there's two things Well, there's a lot of things that make him really pissed. Like me basically telling him that Colin Cowherd is more what was the word I used? Credible. He's more credible than he is. You could tell that was just like a shot to the balls. Like he was so disappointed. And then he was what else is there? Like when I just roast him for all his stupid takes that he has.
You two were just meant for each other.
We really are. We just argue and argue. And honestly, the thing is, I do it because it's just fun for me. Because I'm just like,
he's the Bonnie to your Clyde.
I'm just a ball buster. Like that's how my dad is. That's how my dad's friends are. So that's how I grew up. That's how my friends are. We just like bust each other's balls all the time. It's just how we are. And Steven tries to, but then I give it back to him. And I always give like a little bit more of a dig because I know he can't take it. And then he can't take it. And it's just like then he gets like really defensive. And then he goes and he probably cries to Kate, and he probably has his air fried chicken wings, and that's it. So, like,
love you, Steve. It's all out of love.
I'm such a terrible person. I love you.
Well, before we get into everything, this show is presented by Wasted Wedge, and a new age of golf has arrived. We've been talking to you guys about Wasted Wedge for months now, so you should be on board. And our good pals Casey and Owen, the hosts of F1 Underground. Owen has guest co-hosted on this show a couple of times. They just ordered one and said it came like the next day pretty much. So delivery, super quick. You're going to get your Wasted Wedge on time for your event, and you're going to be the talk of your event, an envy of your group, and you're going to create memories with your friends and family with the lineup of Wasted Wedge products and merchandise that they have available to you. These Wasted Wedges are a blast to drink shots out of on and off the course, and you guys can check them out at wastedwedge.com or find them at Wasted Wedge on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Be sure to follow them. Let them know you're coming from the Get in the Hole podcast. That's at Wasted Wedge on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook, and wastedwedge.com. Ben, the Open has come and gone. And we got to raise our glass, or should I say raise our jug, to the short kings everywhere, as Brian Harman takes it home for the good old US of A and pisses off England to no avail because social media was a wild, wild place as Brian Harman was on the road to victory.
Yeah, I mean, he basically he almost lapped the field, technically. What was he, 13 under, and second place was 7, almost lapped. Basically just he killed it, man. And I was in Pennsylvania kind of just following along. I didn't really get to watch too much of it, but when I saw after the second round he was 10 under and the guy in second place was 5, I was like, I mean, there's nothing guaranteed in this championship because of the unpredictability of the weather. I said that last week. And that dude is just one tough competitor. He's one of my favorite guys to actually watch play golf because he plays bigger than his stature, his physical stature, and hats off to him. I mean, he's quietly been having a really good year. He's always kind of around. It's like the guy never has a bad week. That's the best way I can describe it. And everybody misses cuts. I'm not saying he doesn't miss cuts. Everybody does. But he's been on tour for so long. And he hadn't won in a while, actually, which is pretty incredible to think about. But that just shows his level of consistency to be able to stay on tour without winning for a pretty good amount of time. And then to break through and win a major championship in pretty gnarly conditions. I mean, the conditions in the final round, it was raining the whole time, it looked like. And hey, man, good for him. And the adversity that he faced as well, I was told that fans were just basically heckling him the whole time. And that is one tough competitor. And I have a ton of respect for a ton of respect for guys like that. So good for Brian Harman.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for him to go out there, and I don't know if you saw this story too. He apparently has one of those effectively it's an as seen on TV like putt tracker that he has on his putter that kind of like oversees the layout of where you're putting from and like follows you in a direct line, and you kind of see like the overhead view of like the green.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's the greatest investment I ever had. I paid $50 for this thing.
That's sick. My stock in that company.
Like, it's unreal. And yeah, you were right. He finished -13. Next closest, everybody that was tied for second was -7. So more than doubled up, everybody behind him. And I mean, like you said, he's been on tour for so long, and guy never has a bad day. Up until this point, like, he had won $30 million on tour.
Yeah.
Just under the radar, doing his thing, like, truly living like a dream life. Like, gets to golf for a living, is a multimillionaire, and now is a major champion.
He's a big hunter too. He's big into hunting.
He's also got one of the most fascinating title sponsors I think I've ever seen.
Which one?
What the hell is Megacore, Ben?
I have no idea. Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention to Megacorp. I saw the initials GTL on his pullover or sweater, and I was just like, I love this guy. Like, obviously,
Shore sponsors Brian Hartman.
Obviously, it's not GTL Gym Tan Laundry like it was with Paulie and Mike the Situation and Vinny. But I just thought it was so funny. I have no idea what Megacorp is.
So I did some looking. I have their website up in front of me. Megacore Logistics is one of the top logistics companies and top freight brokerage firms in the U.S. based on Transport Topics Top 100 rankings. With nearly a decade of service to customers ranging from Fortune 500 companies to small privately held firms, Megacore has proven to be one of America's most capable logistics providers. Our executive leadership of Ryan Legg, who has 35-plus years in the freight industry, provide the atmosphere, tools, innovation, and leadership for the vision of Megacore to become the best long-term strategic partner with our customers and carriers. Megacore just sounds like a supervillain like Syndicate. Like, that sounds like the evil team-up that the Avengers or the Justice League are trying to take down.
It was just, I'd never heard of them before. It was just, I need to get sponsored by them.
Like Megacore, like we have plenty of advertising space open. Imagine if again the whole podcast we could just say go Mega.
No, just so you know, it's Megacorp, not Megacore. Megacore is like it's like a CBD company. So just for the audience out there, it's
Corp with a P.
Yes, Corp with a P. We just want to make sure we get that right.
And they are located in
Wilmington, I think Wilmington, Delaware.
And then their headquarters is in Elkins, West Virginia.
Never mind, I was wrong.
So I mean, we can go Mega if Megacorp wants to sit down at the table.
Don't worry, Megacorp. Steven won't be there. It's just Kyle and I.
I will go Mega.
I will wear whatever they want as long as they pay me.
I think
maybe
Mega
not whatever they want, actually.
Mega might be one of the coolest like front of word like adjectives. You put Mega in front of anything and it just instantly sounds cool.
Oh, 100%. Like my dad used to call me a bunch of names growing up, but there were times where he would put like Mega in front of it.
So. Exactly. Like it makes an insult sound even worse.
Yeah, it was so funny. To me, it was hilarious.
It's like Mega Man, like for all you 90s kids that watched Mega Man back in the day or played the video games, like that's a cool like hero name. Like Mega Blocks. That was a great marketing to try to go toe-to-toe with Lego. Like, Mega just sounds cool. And then you call somebody a Mega Weenie or a Mega Dork. There's no coming back from that on the playground. If somebody calls you a Mega Loser or a Mega Dork, you're doomed.
Steven's a mega dork.
He's about to see a mega bomb explode.
Oh my god! He's gonna fucking for like an hour.
I can't wait.
Oh,
It's so good. But yeah, shout out to Brian Harmon. Big win for him. Steve also put in our notes here about John Rahm. He made a nice little surge on Saturday, but he also had comments on excessive coverage of getting followed around on the course, I believe, and kind of people just being down his neck is what I gathered from what I was picking up on social media throughout the weekend. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that, Ben, of just, kind of, I think a lot of these broadcasts for golf suffer from this in a way because it is like, oh, the people want to see the names and everything. But do you feel like sometimes we get overfed, footage and coverage of particular golfers when it's like, hey, can we get a couple more guys in the mix that we typically don't see?
Yeah, I do. I agree because I think golf really does a disservice to players who aren't on tour. In particular, I believe televised. When I say golf, I mean televised golf. Televised golf gives junior players, especially, like this idea that you have to play perfect. You should be birdieing every third hole. You shouldn't be missing anything inside 10 feet. You shouldn't miss a fairway. They only show the guys that are at the top of the leaderboard. And they're the best players in the world, so they're probably not going to hit a lot of shots. You want to know what they are showing, what they're not showing? They're not showing the guy making a 10 on a par 5. They're probably not showing a guy making a double from the middle of the fairway, or a guy who's 10 over par, not going to make the cut, who's just like struggling just to finish the round. They don't really do that, and it really actually does the game of golf a disservice because especially with the younger generation, because then the younger generation has this idea of, well, I have to be perfect. I have to play perfect golf like these pros. There's no such thing as perfect golf. That was something that was so hard for me to learn until like literally for years. I mean, it took forever because like I'm already a perfectionist, and then I watch these guys playing, and they're playing great and everything. And honestly, it's one of the reasons I don't really watch golf because it's like I have guys I want to watch, and if they're not at the top of the leaderboard, then I'm not going to get to watch them play. I don't really want to watch John Rahm all day. As like weird as that sounds, like I don't want to watch John. Like, and I love John Rahm. Yeah, trust me, I am a John Rahm super supporter. I think everybody knows that.
You're a John Rahm mega fan.
I'm a mega fan. And Steven sounded like a mega moron when he said that John Rahm wasn't clutch. Anyway, look, I don't want to watch
John Rahm mega clutch.
Yeah, mega clutch. Boom. Like, I don't want to watch John Rahm all day. I don't want to watch Rory all day. I don't want to watch like Scotty all day. I want to watch like Jonathan Bird a little bit. Like, I want to watch, I don't know,
Brian Harmon.
Yeah, I want to watch Brian Harmon. I want to watch like a guy who Monday qualified who doesn't even have status. I'd like to watch the guy who's a 10-year vet who's been out there, lost his card a couple of times, and is clawing his way, trying to, around the tour and trying to stick around. I want to watch guys like, I don't know, Nick Lindheim. Do you know who Nick Lindheim is?
The name sounds familiar.
He just won on the Korn Ferry Tour last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. I had the pleasure of meeting Nick. Fantastic guy. I would bet you 98% of golfers don't even know who Nick Lindheim is. And I would want to watch Nick Lindheim. My buddy Austin Truslow played in the U.S. Open. He was in 2 videos the whole week. That was it. So, yeah, I'd like to watch some other guys too. Like it's great that we're, we have this coverage and everything, but they only focus on like the top 10. That's it. And then really, once Sunday rolls around, they only focus on like the top 6, the last
And
3.
even then, remember when I was on 4th of July, like it was Ricky Boy's season. We didn't even have designated coverage for Ricky Fowler.
Nope.
Nobody could see Ricky do what he was doing.
And people completely forgot that who was in the playoff? Adam Hadwin. People completely forgot Adam Hadwin was even in the playoff.
And it's like, these are the guys we want to see.
This is what we want to watch. Like, so yes, I think the game of golf could do something different. I get it. It's like a ratings thing though. And I know my voice, being a professional, my point of view is going to be different. So my voice isn't going to matter. So it's whatever. But
speaking of guys too that we want to see, Akshay Bhatia wins and locks in his first PGA win at the Barracuda in California.
Dude,
we've been huge on Akshay on this show for years now.
Dude, I said this 3-4 weeks ago. I was like, that kid's a stud. That kid is a stud.
He's so fun.
The thing that's crazy, like I was definitely skeptical about him coming out of high school and just turning pro, because it's rare that you see a guy like that. Like it's rare that you see, when I say like that, it's kind of like that, like they have high success as a junior and then they just go straight to pro golf.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare. And he had like pretty instant success. Like he was making cuts and he was doing really well.
Had the shirtless moment.
Oh, yeah. That's gross. He and I have 2 different body types. No, like, look, like he was just so good. And I remember one of my teammates in college was like, he's going to be like Ty Tryon. For those of you who don't know, Ty Tryon, he ended up not going the college route. And basically his professional career amounted to just about nothing. I think he got his PGA Tour card, but he only had like 1 top 10. He didn't keep his card. And I think like the knock on him was that he was immature and he had growing up to do. And he was just a flame out. He was like a golf prodigy flame out, which is so common. And one of my teammates was like, it happened to Ty Tryon. I was like, yeah, that's true. But like this kid seems like more well equipped to be able to handle what is going to be thrown at him, I think. And his game, first of all, his game was completely different from Ty Tryon. I mean, I've watched Ty Tryon before and I've competed against him. He is not a big dude, doesn't hit very far at all. Akshay is really tall and he hits the absolute piss out of the ball. Like 2 completely different players. So hats off to that kid. He is a stud. Good for you. First of many.
Great hair too.
Great hair.
Great head of hair on that guy.
People don't talk enough about his head of hair.
6'1", 130 is what he's listed at.
I'm 5'11.5" and like 200 pounds.
What a weapon. Yeah, I mean, I think too the way that he plays and the way that he just carries himself, like he's just got like natural confidence in himself, and I think that differentiates him a lot from a lot of like younger players, like you were mentioning. Like he's going out there like not in a cocky sense. He's going out there confident in his game, confident in himself to deliver, and I think that's what differentiates guys who are successful in any sport. You know, Ty Tryon, if you want to make a comparison, me just hearing his first name for the first time, he sounds like the golf version of Johnny Manziel.
He did call himself an adrenaline junkie, I think I heard on a podcast one time. So yeah, it sounds about right. He wasn't that bad. He wasn't like that. Like he didn't have like the issues that Johnny had.
Right.
Sure.
But Johnny had like that cocky confidence.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything that because I have not met Ty personally, but everything that everyone tells me is that he was just like not, he was not everybody's favorite.
Not equipped.
Yeah, that's kind of like when you watch Akshay play. I mean, he was just like he's just like, yeah, I belong out here.
Yeah.
And that's literally half the
exactly
battle.
what it
Honestly,
is.
that's more than half the battle is knowing that you belong. He walks around, you're just like, yep, that guy knows that he belongs, and that guy is gonna win a lot of tournaments. Pending.
And he's like the future of like pro golf too, with him being so young. Like,
I don't know why people don't talk about him more. I get it, like he technically didn't have like full status. He didn't because I think he got conditional status because he finished second in Puerto Rico, I think.
yeah.
I don't know why people weren't talking about him more. He's so good. Like
Yeah, like you would think like yes, obviously like Tom Kim has had a ton more success and at the pro level, but like those are two guys that like in their like young prime, of their careers now, like heading into that next wave of like youth golf movement. Those are two guys that like should be talked about a ton as like the next generation, like the next faces.
yeah, absolutely. And those guys haven't even hit their prime yet. So I'm like probably 21, 22 years old. They're not even.
She's 21. I think Tom's 22 or 23.
They haven't even hit their prime yet. So hey,
hats off to him.
Let's go, baby. Get another one.
Looking here too, how much do you think Brian Harman's win throws a wrench in Zach Johnson's Ryder Cup plans?
I wouldn't really say that Zach Johnson has definitive plans yet, because you always get like captain's picks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely do think it makes it more complicated. But Brian Harman, look, if I'm Zach Johnson, I'm like, you're ranked 10th in the world now. Yeah, you're on the team. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like the guy's a stud, and he's the type of guy who just doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And in match play, which is what Ryder Cup is, especially because it's like, I know it's like team stuff, like partners, but the final day singles, Brian Harman is one of the last guys anybody would. I'm not saying this just because he won the Open.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the last guys you would want to play in match play because he doesn't make mistakes, and that drives your opponent crazy. It drives you nuts. I remember like I played a college match play tournament at like Lake Javita, and I played against this kid who went to Dayton, and he didn't make mistakes, and it drove me nuts. And he whooped my ass. I think he won like 4-3 or 5-4, and that's the key in match play. And the dude doesn't make mistakes, which is perfect for like, if they're doing best ball or whatever, like in one of the partner formats, like he's the ideal teammate to have. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he should be. I think it changes things up because then it's like, ooh, I'm going to have to not have someone maybe that I thought I was going to have, but he should be on that team for
Plus,
sure.
It seems like Brian Harman pisses off the British.
Yeah, apparently, and I don't really know what their issue is with him. So,
yeah. So on this list here, the auto qualifiers are Scotty Scheffler, Brooks Koepka, Max Homa, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, and Wyndham Clark. And then Steve gave us some captain's picks of Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, Keegan Bradley, Bermuda Burns, Denny McCarthy, Colin Morikawa, Brian Harman, Cam Young.
I would definitely take Harman over Cam Young and Morikawa. Ricky's going to be a captain's pick. Ricky will be on that team.
Yeah.
I would take Harman over Jordan Spieth because with Brian Harman, you know what you get. Jordan, sometimes you don't. I would definitely have. How many captains picks do they get?
1, 2, 3, 4, Steve has 8 written down with the auto cues being 6 already, and it's 12 on the team.
Okay.
So I guess 6 captains picks and 6.
Jordan would be on the team strictly because of his putting ability, because putting is such a key thing in match play. It's such a momentum shifter. That's tough. I don't think and I love Colin Morikawa. I just don't think he's done enough. And I don't think Cameron Young has done enough either. Those are the 2 guys, honestly, that I would leave off.
I'm trying to pull up here and see what the actual roster size is. Yeah, so it looks like there's 6 captains. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 6 captains and then 12 on the roster.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as of right now, I would.
Website says.
Yeah, from that list that Steven has, I would leave off Colin and Cameron Young, unfortunately. So who knows? We have a couple more weeks left. They got some time. Who knows?
Rory said he's going to keep plugging away, even though he's on a 10-year major drought. I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't know what anybody else would expect Rory to say in response to that.
I mean, he has. I would have loved to have heard the question. Like, do we know what the question to that was? Just so you know, when I'm on tour, I love you like a brother, and I'm going to try my best to get you like press passes if I can. Please don't ask me any stupid questions.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't react well to stupid questions. Let's see. Knowing Steven, like, what's your favorite color?
Let's see if I can find this article. But yeah, I mean, like with questions like that, like, what do you expect Rory to respond with? Like, he's still playing at this point in his career. He's still playing very well. Of course, he's going to say that he is going to keep plugging away, still trying to win a major. Like, that's everybody's goal.
Yeah, honestly, like if someone asked me a question like I would like that, I would just be like, "No, I'm just gonna like quit and retire." No, I'm just never gonna win another major ever again. You know, I remember. I think it might have been Chris Paul's like the after. I think they lost. I think they might have lost like game 5 of the first round of the playoffs. They lost game 5. I don't remember who they were playing. Might have been the Jazz. And it was like when he was on the Clippers, like those Clippers teams that everybody was like, it's the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be the team this year. The Clippers, they're going to make the breakthrough. They could win the championship. And it just got like so stale. Mm-hmm. And you could just tell that they hated each other and that they were sick and tired of just like people picking on them basically because it was so psychological. I remember a reporter during the press conference. I think it was his last year as a Clipper, and I think it was in that series against Utah. Porter was like, "Chris, will the Clippers be back at home for a game 7?" And he goes, "What do you think?" He's like, what do you want me to do? Just say, "Oh no, it's over." Like, yes, to answer your question. Like, I remember that vividly. I might have been, maybe it was. I might be mixing up the year, but they were definitely in the playoffs. That I remember. It was, and they were losing. So I hate stupid questions like that. Like, what do you expect the guy to do? Of course, he's gonna keep plugging away. What else is he gonna do? He's not gonna retire.
Right. And he said, at the end of the day, it's not life or death. I'll have other chances to win the Open Championship and other chances to win majors. It's one that I feel like I let slip away, but there will be other opportunities. Exactly.
Stupid. All right, next.
So yeah, I mean, people gotta just chill on Rory. He'll be fine. the next thing here, just looking at the FedEx Cup, the bubble watch, Justin Thomas now ranked 75th.
Yeah, he's not having a good year, man. Yikes.
Big yikes.
Big yikes.
like,
Mega yikes.
You want to talk about somebody? You want to talk about somebody who's in danger of potentially like not making the Ryder Cup team?
Oh, he's not making the Ryder Cup.
There's no shot.
I didn't even think of him. No, he's never making. No, it's too late. Sorry, bud.
There's 2 events to play into the playoffs. 76th in the FedEx Cup. As of Sunday, is Justin Thomas, I believe now. And there's plenty of names behind him in better form to chase down those final spots. Some of those other guys, Keith Mitchell ranked 66th. Shane Lowry ranked 73rd. Joel Damon ranked 80. Justin Suh, 76. Adam Scott at 84. Gary Woodland at 91. And Billy Horschel at 118.
Wow. Well, if there's one person I would not bet against, it would be Adam Scott, who somehow, some way went from having an incredibly mediocre year last year to making it all the way to the Tour Championship. So I don't know if you're asking me to pick anybody, but if I had to, I would put my money on Adam Scott because that guy pulled a rabbit out of a hat last year.
Yeah.
He was having a fine year. It's just that, like he's older now, and so he isn't the same player, you would presume. And then all of a sudden it was just like he just took off. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he's teeing it up in Hawaii in the Century. I think it's still called the Century Tournament of Champions. It was crazy. I was like, wow, like great 3-4 weeks, dude. Like that's awesome. Right. But yeah, I don't know, man. Justin's really kind of freaking me out. And he shot like 81 or something. And oh gosh, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Some fun stuff that just popped up on the timeline for me this week. And, with Ben being the pro that he is and Ben being a flyer of decent frequency here and there. This popped up on my timeline. I don't know how. It was just on my For You page on Twitter. Wesley Hunter, who is a golfer. I'm pulling up the tour that it looks like he's kind of playing on. He just won the Westlake in the Rolling Red Professional Golf Tour.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he tweeted on Monday at 10:53 in the morning, ridiculous at United. My bag and clubs ruined to a point I didn't think was possible. We'll put these in for people watching on YouTube as well. But if you're just listening, I sent Ben these before we started recording, and Wesley Hunter's bag looks like a mega bazooka launched at this thing. It looks like one of Joe Exotic's Tigers got into this thing. He has a club that's his driver's absolutely snapped.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if you noticed that in the second picture. His driver head is just sitting next to
preview in the text thread. I didn't look.
Yeah, his driver head is snapped off of.
That's $700. That's 700 big ones right there. Oh my god!
And then I can't tell what club this is. It looks like one of his wedges. It looks like somebody just took like a cheese grater to it and like shaved it down and was like trying to start a fire with it, like it was a flint.
Dude, honestly, he did the best thing he could do because now they have to give him money. Now they have to give him something.
And I want to say, let's see if he gives us an update.
He
also provided the airports from which his clubs traveled. It went from Denver to Houston to Pensacola.
Oh man.
So he tweeted last night, out of town at the Alabama Open, submitted a claim, have to go back to the airport Thursday for them to assess how much damage has been done. We'll update on what they say. We will be following along the Wesley Hunter Chronicles.
That is absolutely insane.
Like, I don't know what I would do.
They're literally going to give him like a $200 voucher or something.
Which is insane.
Like that's all they're going to do because they're just a bunch of screwballs. Like,
even as like, just a casual golfer here and there, like if that happened to my clubs, I wouldn't even know how to respond.
Look, man, I've had,
Let alone being at your level or any like buddy who's playing professionally, like for that to happen, like that is just absurd.
I've had relatively good luck with baggage recently, and overall, I've had very good luck with baggage. There was one time where my clubs got lost, but really what happened was I was flying to an AJGA tournament from JFK to Dallas Fort Worth, then to Garden City, Kansas. There is nothing in Garden City, Kansas, by the way. Don't go there. Their golf course, fantastic. There's nothing there. Nothing. I saw a tornado. That was like literally the only cool thing I saw.
Was it a tornado or was it the Tasmanian devil?
Dude, this thing was just a wall, and like the locals are just outside, just like watching it.
Yo, that's a mega tornado right there.
So what happened was I was supposed to. I had gone there previously for another tournament, but I was supposed to go there, and I was in we were basically there was like really bad weather going in somewhere, and it was affecting our connecting flight from Dallas to Garden City, Kansas, to the point where we were going to miss the flight. Clearly, we're already at we've already checked our bags. My clubs are gone, and we're at our gate, and we're like finding this out. The next flight out of Dallas Fort Worth to Garden City, Kansas was like 2 days after that, because it's such a small airport. There are like literally 3 people that work at the hotel. The airport. Sorry. There are 3 people that work at the airport. And literally they check you in, they do your luggage, they do like the things like on the runway.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I couldn't even stand up straight in the only American Airlines goes in there. I couldn't even stand up straight in the plane. And we're just like, and the only other option would be like literally to drive all night, which was like an 11-hour drive. My mom was with me, and I was like, Mom, screw it. We're not doing this. Like, no. Have them give the spot to somebody else. And because I'm not playing without doing, like, I literally would have been getting in the morning of the first round. So I was like, screw it. We're not doing this. And so my clubs are obviously gone. And they're like, okay, we've got your club. We know where your clubs are. We're going to send them back. Well, instead of them stopping the clubs in Dallas, they end up getting on the plane to Garden City. Then Garden City sends the clubs back to Dallas. Then Dallas sends the clubs back to Garden City. Garden City sends the clubs then back to Dallas. They finally get sent back to JFK or LaGuardia, whatever it was. And they are supposed to ship the clubs to my house. They were on my neighbor's front porch. It took 3 days to get them back. Nothing was broken or damaged, thank God. Nothing. But yeah, so
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what he's going through, but I can imagine his level of festivity is through the roof.
I like that word. That's being added to the Rolodex of vocabulary.
I can't even take credit for that. I heard Chad Johnson say that on Hard Knocks.
Oh, that's great.
When it was 2009, the Bengals, and he goes, "Do you want to know how pissed off I am?" And then Lavernius Coles, I think it was, he was like, what are you? He was like, I'm at the highest level of festivity.
That's phenomenal.
I was like, I love you, Chad. You're so funny.
That's so great. So Shout out Chad Ochocinco, man.
Yeah, seriously. Terrible, by the way. He's so bad.
He's been living in Philly the past like 3 months because he trains this like up and coming boxer.
Dude,
so he's been living in Philly, and like he just done the number one thing you do to Philadelphians. You pander to them, and that's how they love you. And Chad Johnson has just been given honorary Philadelphian status over the last like year or so, because anytime people ask, what's your favorite city you visited? Philadelphia. Philly's my favorite. This, that, and like he just goes out in the city and everything. He's just made Philly his home, and we have adopted him as a chosen son of Philadelphia, and it's so hilarious to me. He's never played a single snap of football here.
Well, hey, Philadelphia's my favorite city, so
there you go. You heard it from two of the best in the game: Chad Ochocinco, Ben Pirro.
Never been there, but it's my favorite city.
Boom.
Best cheesesteak around.
Look at that. And you know what else? They got the best merch partners around. PHI Apparel Company. Best in the game. You guys can get your merch as well and look like Ben, who's got the most pristine Get in the Hole podcast hoodie. You can get shirts as well. You can also get any podcast franchise on our network merch at phiapparel.co. And when you go to checkout, use code Underground for 10% off any and all orders. It's the most effective way to support us and help us keep doing awesome stuff. So go get your merch, and when you get it, tag us, tweet at us, post it wherever. We'll repost it. We want to see where you guys are rocking. You're getting the whole podcast merch from. So go to phiapparel.co and use code Underground for 10% off your order. Ben, we got the 3M Open this weekend in the Twin Cities.
Let's go.
TPC Twin Cities in Blaine, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Which it sounds like the most Minnesota city name ever. Where are you from? I'm from Blaine, Minnesota.
I mean, people from Minnesota are so nice, though.
Oh yeah,
they're so nice. Lovely people from the state of Minnesota.
This feels like one of those events that Steve has always brought up whenever I'm on or whenever you guys are on, like the event after a major, the event after a big tournament, like the come down from that event. How much of that do you think is going to play into this weekend?
Look, I don't know how much. If it was up to me, after playing in a major, I would not be playing the next week unless I really had to. But chances are, if you played in a major, you probably aren't in danger of losing your card. So the come down could be very real. You're still going to see from certain guys. You're still going to see great golf regardless, because these are the best players in the world for a reason. But there will be certain guys that are a little bit gassed, and that's understandable. It's not even like they're going to the East Coast from the UK. They're going
to the Midwest,
Minnesota, which is another hour. That's like I think it's like 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think, right?
If not more.
Yeah, it sounds about right. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh my god, I can't imagine. Yeah. Oh God.
And yet we still have like big names this weekend playing.
No, it's a legit tournament. That's the thing. Like when I was looking at the John Deere field a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I don't really know anybody that's playing this. Like I really don't. And like this is actually a legit field. I'm very excited to. I mean, Sung J M's playing, Cam Young, Finau, who's our defending champion, Hideki. Justin Thomas is playing. Well, he kind of needs to play. So
you want to talk about one guy that needs to play after?
Oh man, poor guy. Justin, we love you.
It's
buddy.
all love, man. It's all love.
It's all love, dude. It's all love. Like
Yeah, I mean, Sepp Straka's playing this weekend. Gary Woodland's playing this weekend.
Akshay is playing.
Akshay.
Oh yeah. Dude, they have him at plus 7,000. That's kind of disrespectful.
I don't hate that.
His odds should be higher. He just won in the States. So he's not even coming from the UK.
Right. He's got a easier travel. He's coming from California.
Oh, look, I'm just going to say it right now. He's definitely going to be part of my beer money.
Oh, 100%.
That's such a low blow to him. Are you kidding me, man? Come on.
I don't even see.
No free ads. I was looking at CBS Golf.
Okay.
So that's why.
Yeah. I mean, this like for a post-major event, this is a pretty nice follow-up field, to say the least.
It's not bad. It's really not bad at all. Boy. Yeah, I'm
like
excited for this one.
you want like good golf to watch this weekend. More than likely, gonna be this weekend.
You will see a lot of balls in the water, though, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water on this course. There's a ton of water out there.
Which like begs the question: if you had to pick like a couple of guys that you think would benefit from this course in terms of like their play style versus who you think is gonna struggle because of that water. Is there anybody in particular that would stick out to you?
Yeah, I think so. Tony Finau, he's one of the best drivers of the ball in the game. When you factor in both accuracy and distance, I mean, he's very long off the tee, but he hits it straight. Obviously, he won there last year as well. But I feel like that's the type of course. It's when you hit it as long and straight as he does, you don't notice the trouble around you. You just don't. That driver's a weapon for him. I would say another guy, Sung Jae Im, another guy who is one of the betting favorites for the week. But again, type of course, suits his game well, good driver of the golf ball. On a course when you have a lot of trouble, it's really just you keep it in the fairway, you're good to go. So those are my two guys. I'll leave it at that. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you on Tony. Like this is like, when you're a defending champ, it makes a ton of sense for you to still have success because you know how to win. And he is one of the best drivers. So to be able to clear any type of water hazard is huge on a course like this. So Tony Finau is definitely somebody that like I think is going to thrive this weekend.
Hell yeah. Love that.
I think without any further ado, let's get into our beer money picks of the week. Brought to you by...
Can I do what Steven does?
Oh yeah, go for it.
I can't even do a Steven impersonation. Welcome to Beer Money! He always says it so loud. It's like, shut up.
That's the New York radio listener in him.
God. He doesn't
I knew you would say that.
He needs an off button. That's what he needs. I think one of these days you should just let me man the mic because there are times that he will just go and go and go and he goes like 3 different directions and it's just like I thought you were asking me a question, but you basically just gave me like this whole dialogue about 3 different things that don't relate to each other at all. And so I have to respond to every single one.
It does make me chuckle when you're talking and then you go, I'm talking.
I'm like, dude, shut up.
I was like, oh, you guys.
Dude, he does it though. Like he'll like try to interrupt. Like, dude, I just listened to you for 5 minutes and like you literally were like, and Tiger was hitting the ball 360 yards off the tee. I'm like, dude, no, he wasn't. He kept the driver in the bag when he won in 2006. Like, hey, what are you talking about? Come on, this is your job. Like, this is your job.
Maybe we just need to have some Kenwood beer flowing through Steve whenever he records.
No, that's gonna make it even 10 times worse. You just give me the power of the controls, and I'll just mute his ass. I'm just gonna mute him. And I'll be like, as I was saying.
Well, you'd enjoy some delightful Kenwood beer because smooth, clean, and bright. With taste to boot, Kenny is the routine choice of folks who want a balanced, flavorful, no-frills beer that's right for any occasion. Some call it the best light beer they've ever had. We just say it's, you can't beat the original. And now it's available in the Pittsburgh area on top of the Philadelphia area. So you can go and get Kenny's, you Yinzers, wherever you decide to when you use the Kenny tracker at kenwoodbeer.com to see who's got it on tap in the Philadelphia or Pittsburgh area. It's 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. kenwoodbeer.com. You got to be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. Ben, who you got making and missing the cut this week?
Real quick, it's perfect that they have it now in Pittsburgh because they can drink it while they watch the Pittsburgh Pirates play. Because they are,
What a fall from grace they've had this year.
Dude,
off so hot.
I knew that they were. I'm not a Pirates fan at all. I just have the hat because I thought it looked cool. Dude, I was like, this team sucks.
Then they walk the plank.
I'm like, come on. Okay. All right. To miss the cut. I never thought I would actually say this, dude. Justin Thomas is going to miss the cut. I never thought I would ever say that, but it's going to be Justin Thomas. He's my pick to miss the cut. Hasn't really been in good form. What feels like a while. So yeah, I'd go with Justin Thomas to miss the cut. Make the cut though, Mr. Consistent himself, Matt Kuchar.
Good delivery there.
Thank you.
Good delivery on the name.
Thank you.
My miss the cut is going to be Max McGreevy. Not great odds across the board for even a top 40. It's plus 8,000. So I think he's going to miss the cut. And then hilariously, to counteract your miss the cut, I'm just simply going to say make the cut. It's Justin Thomas.
You know, when you put it like that, it makes more sense than what I said. But at least, unlike Steven,
it wouldn't surprise me if he misses the cut.
No, it wouldn't. But at least, unlike Steven, I can actually say when I'm wrong. So
I don't hate the thought process you have there, though. He has not played well at all this year.
It's also like he's so good, so it's like he's got to turn it around eventually.
And then you're combining potential jet lag.
Well, to be fair, though, he missed the cut, so he did have 2 extra days.
But how many extra days does 2023 Justin Thomas need? The world may never know.
Who knows? Maybe he's just like, screw this. Just get to next year. Let's get to next year.
He is ready for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, hosted by Ryan Seacrest, the new host of Wheel of Fortune.
Oh my God, that's a good
one. Ben, who do you have for your top 20 pick?
All right, my top 20 pick. Oh, man. Top 20. I'm going to go with Cameron Champ for a top 20. Relatively straight for the length. Good putter, good ball striker. I wouldn't say it's necessarily his cup of tea as far as golf course kind of designs and layouts go, but he's super talented, which means he can turn on at any time, and all you need is a top 20, so top 20 for Cameron Champ.
I'm going to go with my namesake at plus 400. I'm going to go with Sam Bennett.
I was almost going to pick him. That would have been hilarious.
I like that. I like those odds there. Ben, who you got top 10?
Okay. Top 10. I am going. Do we do top 5?
Yes.
Okay. That's so bad that I had to ask that. Top 10, I'm going to go with Adam Hadwin. He lost in a playoff this year. Obviously playing pretty well. One of the models of consistency on the PGA Tour. Good ball striker. Good driver of the golf ball. All around good game. Top 10 for my man, Adam Hadwin.
Security guard target, too.
Yeah. Better than any tackle that you. Oh my gosh. Like, that was insane.
I also have to say, I'm looking at a specific sportsbook, no free ads. The odds they have for Justin Thomas this week do not add up in my brain.
Are they favorable to him?
They have him at plus 2,800 to win, along with being plus 600 for a top 5 and plus 300 for a top 10.
I mean, they are supposedly the gambling experts, you would think,
What
right?
do they know?
Vegas knows everything. That's the thing. Vegas knows everything.
True. Another interesting thing at the sportsbook I'm looking at right now, typically, like, when you look at your odds going top 10, top 5, and your winner, like, your winner always has, like, the best odds for everything.
Yep.
So Tony Finau, Sungjae Im, and Hideki all have plus 200 odds at top 10 at the list I'm looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Young has plus 190 odds for a top 10. I've never seen that before.
That's interesting.
Very
Wow.
interesting.
That's bizarre. Okay.
My top 10 though,
Do you think it's just like win or bust for those three guys that you named?
maybe, but
That's
those three
bizarre.
guys, along with Cam Young, all have the same odds to win at plus 1,600.
That's so weird. Huh.
That's so strange. I've never seen that before. I am going to rock out with. Let's see. I'm going to go Sahith Theegala for top 10 at plus 450.
Woo! That's a good one.
Nice little dart throw there. Some good odds. I like that one there. So top 10, I'm going to go with Theegala. Top 5, Ben.
He's one of our favorite guys to talk about. He just won last week at the Barracuda. Akshay Bhatia.
I'm going to ride that with you.
Hell
I'm going to
yeah.
go Akshay as well.
Let's go.
We're going to be Akshay's army this weekend.
Let's get that. Let's get that on a freaking shirt. Oh my God. Yes. Can we please make that a shirt? Oh
100%.
my God. Yes.
100%.
Yes. Dude. Oh, let's go.
Dubbed it. Ricky Boys, Akshay's army. They are official
Oh my
brands of the Get the Whole
God.
podcast.
Let's go.
We started it.
You're a marketing genius. Go. All right.
Let's go with our gimme pick of the week, Ben. What's your certified to happen?
Oh man. Okay. I gotta be honest with you, man. Oh man. Joel Dahman top 40. That's my gimme pick.
I'm gonna go with your guy Cameron Champ plus 170 to be top 30.
Okay, I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's good.
And then your winning pick for the 3M Open.
Oh man, my winning pick. Sungjae Im.
I like
I
that.
didn't pick him for anything, did I? I don't think I did.
No,
Okay,
I like that plus 1,600 where I'm looking at. I'm gonna go with a repeat winner. I'm gonna go Tony Finau to go back to back on his Drake vibes.
Nice. I like that too. I was thinking about picking him, but I was like, I don't like picking back to defending champ and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, Sungjae Im. I didn't really
I
know.
like that.
To be honest, I don't know if you picked it up. I really didn't know who to pick, so I was like,
Yeah. Neither did I. I was kind of just rolling. But we're hashtag Akshay's army, so
hell yeah.
top 5. That's what we're truly aiming for this week.
That's all that matters right now.
Hashtag Akshay's army in the YouTube comment section.
Akshay, if you're watching this, come on the show.
Exactly.
We want to have you.
Would love
We won't let Steven on. He won't, because we don't want you to have to answer any stupid questions. It'll be KB and Ben. It'll be the KBB show. How's that sound?
It will be Akshay's army with Akshay Bhatia.
Absolutely. We'll even, if we ever make a shirt like that, Akshay, we will get you on.
100%.
For
100%.
sure. And your girlfriend as well, because
Exactly. Anybody, honestly.
anybody who wants to
Within reason.
not Grayson Murray.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You know what I wanted to do for my gimme pick? I wanted to say Grayson Murray will throw three or more clubs.
Wait, run that back. What's your follow-up gimme pick
Wait,
of the
did
week?
you
Ben?
stop recording?
No.
Oh, okay. I was scrolling down the list, and I was like, oh, Grayson Murray. I was like, over under 3 clubs, and he's gonna
Give me the over.
hammer the over.
One is totally going in that water too.
Oh my god! I just like I had a flashback to that driver or putter or whatever it was that you guys.
Yeet. He
Oh
threw
my-
that club like the episode of SpongeBob when they're throwing the anchors.
Yeah.
Except Grayson Murray wouldn't have enough strength to even pick up one of those anchors.
It was so funny. I just was like, I really want to do that, but I don't want to be I don't want to be a total dick. And now I sound like a total dick. Oh, whatever. I don't
Give me
care.
the over. It's over 3
Hammer-
clubs getting
Hammer the
yeeted.
over. Hammer the over. Oh man.
Ben, your final thoughts before we get the heck up out of here.
The shows always go so much faster when you and I do them. That's my final thought.
Speed demon, speed demon.
The timestamp on that was an hour and roughly 4 minutes. So if you could do that and put that when you ask me what's your final thought, and I just say that. Steven, we love you, buddy. Steven's not going to get to bed until 2:30 plus or minus 15 minutes in my mind. He's probably going to be having nightmares from the atomic bomb blowing up in his face because, he's just, like I said, he's mentally weak and, he's a lightweight and that's just what those people do. Great time. Always a great time with you, KB. You're the man. Great episode. Great episode. Fantastic.
My final thought, other than subscribe to the YouTube channel,
Obviously.
/@Underground Sports Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's kick that algorithm's ass.
Hit that bell icon so you get the notifications coming through.
Listen to us on wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us a good rating if you like it. If you don't, let us know what we can do better. That would be awesome too.
But still leave 5 stars.
But still leave 5 stars because, everybody
deserve it.
Everybody loves us. Come on.
My final thought. Hopefully Steve survives.
He won't. He won't. Kate's going to be taking care of him.
Valid.
By the way, is that his girlfriend's name, Kate?
I think.
I hope so, because I keep calling her Kate, and I really don't know.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh.
It's K.
Whoops! Well, whatever.
Hey, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not very good with names.
Thank you guys for listening. Like we said, subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Check out Wasted Wedge at wastedwedge.com. And we'll be back next week, heading into another week closer to the Ryder Cup, the FedEx Cup playoffs, all that good stuff coming up on the Get in the Hole podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, the official golf podcast of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Catch us every week wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and be sure to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Get in the Hole Pod, and follow Underground Sports Philadelphia at Underground PHI. We'll see you next time, and remember, get in the hole!